Why'd you wanna play with the boy? I don't even gotta talk to be making some noise. If you ever hear the pop, I'm insane with the toy.
I feel like that, what I was saying about Prime 4 is pretty, meh. Like, given the things that I've done and the people I've watched and what I grew up on, I feel like it's, pretty good stance to have after everything I've said about all the Rim in the past, because, I guess.
Enough. Looks like everyone's here now. Before I begin the briefing, let me introduce 242, flagship's Aurora unit.
An organic supercomputer. Fascinating. It's my understanding that the Galactic Federation's core network is comprised of such units.
That is correct. And we serve as the network's master control. However, currently the network is down.
That seems inefficient.
But necessary. You see, 7 days ago we discovered that all Aurora units were infected with an unknown virus. We were forced to bring the network down. Fortunately, our scientists were quickly able to devise a vaccine.
Unit 242 was the first AU to receive the vaccine. We were able to completely purge the virus.
Where did this virus come from?
We believe the virus is of space pirate origin. 4 months ago, the GFS Valhalla went missing while on a training mission in the Klar Nebula. The ship's logs revealed that they were attacked by a space pirate raiding vessel.
What is the logic in disrupting a Federation training mission?
They're pirates. How could they resist a prize like that?
That never would have happened if I'd been there.
Then it's a shame you weren't. The pirates boarded the Valhalla and gained access to the ship's Aurora unit, 313. This is how they were able to hack into the network and plant the virus.
Thanks to our security protocols, we were able to shut down the network before the damage from the virus became irreversible.
But we're still vulnerable. If the pirates decide to launch a major offensive, we'd be hard-pressed to defend ourselves. We must rid the other AUs of that virus and bring the network back online. That's where you come in. We need you to deliver the vaccine to each of the AUs in this system. We'd also like you to investigate the pirates' activity in the area. We need to know what they're up to.
Condition red.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to them?
Condition red.
Sir, a space pirate attack fleet has just warped out of some sort of wormhole. They're also heading for Sector 0, the planet's home base.
Damn! They're targeting the planetary defense system. Get down to the planet and aid the ground troops. Stop those pirates from disabling the defense system. Go!
See, one of the ways you can tell that this is the original version of Prime 3 is that he says damn. Projector allows Aurora Unit 242 to communicate with those inside the meeting area. This activated all shields operating at full power. All troopers report to stations. So, if time travel is a thing, and you know, there is like a fucking, you know, with what I was stating before in the past. Is this an alternate timeline where he's like, damn, and then the other one he's like, I don't feel like cussing. That's kind of weird. So, if, like, I don't know, for some reason, if the Wii version, because of how some of them have different lores than the other, you know, like the original version of Prime has different lores than, you know, like if they somehow, like that weird theory I was having, like, if this is an alternate timeline, what would cause him to, you know, I don't know, like, it's kind of weird, so. Unmatched stations alerted. All personnel report immediately to their designated stations. I just deploy us while you're getting clear to engage. Medical teams at full alert status. All stations are standing by.
Samus, get to your ship. We need you down on the planet. Until we get the fleet in formation. Get the light. Launch all fighter squadron. I want damage.
Well, let me do this really quick. I guess I'll do this. Oh, and everything's active because they're in it. Yeah, they just switch from defense mode to attack mode like they're playing Yu-Gi-Oh or something. Fleet Admiral Dane, commander of the GFS Olympus, the flagship of the GFs of the Girlfriend Starfleet. Fleet Admiral Castor Dane is known for his utmost dedication to protecting the Federation from its enemies. He is stern and aggressive, and has a strong dislike for the space pirates. I might have a reason to use an emulator and the original version, but for this, but yeah. I have the original version, of course. I just I mean, you'll be seeing me playing that too, of course. I have footage of it, of course, and then I have the trilogy version as well. So like, but he is stern and aggressive and has a strong dislike for the space. Rumor has it they orphaned him at an early age. Just like Batman, Robin, and Samus. An act he still seeks to avenge. I'm pretty sure that's part of the reason why he has his rank. I'm not surprised. Art military, expendable infantry units, lightly armed and armored. These guys look quite a bit different than the ones in, yeah, but, well, I guess I'm gonna have this scan now, so let me kill these guys. Yeah, you get achievements. It goes for unlockables for saving Pacific, I guess.
We've got this area covered. Get to your ship ASAP. These pirates don't know what they got themselves in.
You know, I wonder, is the first part of Prime 4 gonna be like, how this game is? Just helping others out, maybe we are... I don't know, have... Maybe the characters that are shown in it, maybe they'll have like, you know, bigger character arcs maybe, I guess, at least, but a lot of the feds here, but even bigger than Admiral Dane's maybe, but I wonder if it's just gonna be like, because this section with the Federation, it's only like for like 5% of the game. Just if it's like that, then yeah. Maybe it'll be like 15-20%. Maybe that's not so bad if they do that, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's why I'm not really entirely worried about it, but I hope it doesn't divide the fan base and just, you know, cause a pretty low score. That's the only thing I would worry about with that. But Space Pirate Boarding Pod, these light craft are used to pierce the bulkheads of larger ships. Because there's like a part of the fan base that's going, yeah, they're so used to how things were. Like, I want Samus to fucking I don't want this weirdo talking. I don't want fucking I don't know. Like, I don't know. This bite man. I hope they don't fucking this is not. I don't want it to be a fucking like, I think that's more. They're either worried about two things. They're probably going, oh man, I hope this doesn't end up like other M, man. The entire thing, man, or anything close to it, or yeah. And the other, and of course, they're also going, well, I hope they don't have just like a whole lot of nothing with the sand sections and the bike sections and just going, having it like, sections like Breath of the Wild or something like that, which, I don't know, I guess you get what I'm saying, but I don't know. Which, for them, Metroid has a specific formula. It's gotta be a certain way. You know, and if you know, I hope there's not like a toxic side to the Metroid fan base. You know, it really will show if there really is. You know, especially if that. I hope there's not. Like, you know. But, like, ugh. But, I mean, yeah, there is a formula that you have to stick to for it to be Metroid, but, like, there are things that you can let go of course, but like, get used to it, bruh. But like, honestly, I don't see how you can like, there's also people I've heard that are just, you know, had no problem with other M whatsoever, right? And then, but they'll talk so much shit about Federation Force, or, you know, I don't really care about that, but, I don't know. Like, it's just, you know, yeah, just, it's really just, you know, honestly, pirate boarding pods are crude even by their standards. They are composed of an Ace propulsion drive, a cramped crew transport module, and a nose cone packed with high explosives. Not to mention, there might have been a part of the Metroid fan base that was kind of like, I don't know, they were ROM hackers, right? Yeah, they were ROM hackers, and I don't know, like with what was going on with Samus Returns, and I'm sure there are people that are just pissed off about that. So, how, like, kind of decisions Nintendo has been making with, you know, like, copyright and, you know, like, what was going on with Pokemon. Man, that's just fucking, like, miserable for anybody, you know, who's working out there, and I imagine. Not to mention, it's kind of weird because I'm talking about this in that way, and Samus is a fucking bounty hunter, you know? So, and the kind of history she's had over the years with, popularity and development and shit, I don't know. There's a sense of irony to it, which is, I don't know. Like, so, like, Pirate boarding pods are crude, even by their standards. They are composed of an A's propulsion drive, a cramped crew transport module, and a nose cone with high explosives. The pilot guides the pod toward the target ship, then rams it, detonating the explosive upon impact in an attempt to breach the hull. A breach is created. The crew within exits the pod. Of course, mishaps occur. Sometimes the explosives go off prematurely, exposing the crew to vacuum. Other times, the detonation fails to occur, leaving the pod to bounce off the target's hull. The shielding between explosives and crew is substandard, and often fails to protect the crew from the explosion. The pod's nickname of Space Coffin is well earned. On the mission, looking at how this game is, you know, typically people will never go that Prime 3 is the best in the Prime series out of the other three. That's, you know, they would probably say, like, typically more often say Prime 1 and 2 are, like, but I won't get into that right now, but that's just, you know, like, meh. Oh yeah, I just let that one die, you dumbass. Roll tank, small, mobile weapon platform, lightly armored, well armed. What would also make this, you know, a bit more closer to, I gotta show this, I guess. There is a lock-on free aim mode that you can turn on and off. Right now it's on. And if I do that, it'll be even closer to how it was, and yeah, if I want. But, do I care? You can scan this shit in here, and a lot of it will say the same thing, like, internal scan complete, generator is now online, all operations are normal. Reason I'm not gonna worry about that. Is because, I'm honestly not sure how I got that. But, how you doing?
Help, Samus. The blast doors are down, so it looks like you have to find another way back to your ship.
Honestly, with playing this, I'd probably be more used to it, but still. Anti-gravity restored. Yeah, they're just gonna bust in here and take our shit, I guess. Dumbass. Typically, for some reason, I found it to be like, better to just like, just do single shots on them. The charge beam seems more trash than than the Prime 1 and 2. I don't know why, but... I'm certainly doing this a lot slower than I normally do on a Wii. Oh well. Even if it is veteran, where the hell did you go? Hi. There you go. There are like 9 of these later on, adding up with this one. But you don't need 9 to complete the final area. It's kind of like the Sky Temple keys from Prime 2. Or, you know, the artifacts. But, hi, Crawl Tank. No, I've had a weird, like, after playing this several times in the past. I don't know if it was a glitch or anything, but I swore I was standing in a specific position, like, there, as that dude spawned out of there, and it insta-killed me. I don't know if I was, I don't remember how low on health I was. For some reason, he just fires that ice about, you know, depending on how quickly you bomb, which is kind of weird. This game, let me just tell you, these hunters are going to die, just like other M, which is pretty sad, and this is probably liked a lot more than, you know, which, again, yeah. I guess at least they're not dying, you know. Because supposedly they're going to live, hopefully, but like, again. Bomb slot. Unit is active and ready for use. Use a morph ball bomb to operate. Discarded debris appears to be made up from broken machinery and damaged ship parts. The airlock cycling. Again, with how I'm playing this or whatever, like I said, it's probably closer to what you would have had if you were playing with a controller, maybe a game controller again. Not what you would be getting with a Wiimote. So if you want to do that, you can, and playing with it like more closer to what you would get with a game controller would obviously be, you know, not intended, but it would probably be more difficult. But again, I'm gonna mention, I know obviously you can use like a Switch controller, right? With this thing or some other controller, so, you know, do what you will with that. If you want. Damn it. thing's like moves around like way too much. Okay. Why don't you just, you know, instead of just, oh whoa, blaze through this room like you normally do in a run or something? Can those guys fire charge shots, or is it just me? No, you can't do that, dumbass. I remember you could stand somewhere on that thing. I don't remember where it was at the moment. I guess those guys, those Proletanes fire charge shots. I don't think I was ever aware of that. I don't do shit for damage, but like, honestly. Nah. It's funny because typically, whenever, you know, you'd be going, oh, if I'm fighting them, wouldn't it be harder? But no, in this case, I guess not. Surprisingly, missiles are not that useful here, and if you have somebody shooting at you, this Samus it'll cancel Samus out of the animation of using that, so fuck that guy. There's actually a way to get a mouse to work with this. And, you know, depending on what type of mouse you use, you can, you know, that's pretty good. No, not logbook, options. I guess we'll turn it off for now. Just to show this off. Now, if you're too slow here, you can. That guy will. You know. Yeah. It didn't even look like he died there. It just looks like the stupid. How? There's no explosion to these things. How is their armor that weak? I'm so confused. No. Do you know? Like, that's just very weird. Because whenever I'm shooting at them, even with some of the most fucking powerful shit in the game, those guys just. That makes no sense. Of course, like I've said in the past, veteran difficulties. Except in this case. In this case, no, because there's 3 different modes, but in Prime 1 and 2, that's certainly true. But, You see, the thing about turning log-on free aim mode off, they did not account for how things just did, but like some of the boss fights. It's probably just better just to use, yeah. So they probably wanted you to have it on. So, but it just kind of, you know, honestly. So as far as, even here, with this guy, I still sort of have to fight him like I'm have it on. So, like, it's kind of useless in most cases to have it, to switch to it. But honestly, So the closest thing that you get to it is kind of... why? So, we're actually not doing damage to it yet. Berserker Lord, phase plating on its head, can only be destroyed by projectiles and fire. They're kind of like the elite pirates, these guys, but they're probably, I don't know how to describe it exactly. Berserker Lords are highly resistant to damage. Their shoulders are the only unprotected area vulnerable to standard weapon fire. If I'm just using my... I think the elite pirates... Would they have more health? I don't know. I mean, by that point you have super missiles and shit, so like, honestly. Their main defense lies in their head-mounted phasite plating, which can only be destroyed by the projectiles and fires. Berserker Lords are a desperate measure designed to exploit Phazon as much as possible. The few Berserker Knights that survive the highest level of corruption are promoted to Lord status. Lords are distinguished by their ornate phasite plating and the Phazon reserves they carry on their backs. Like, bro, this is... So these guys, Phazon is just like a fucking drug, man. It's stupid. Will do literally anything. Just I'm pretty sure the elite pirates might be doing more damage in this, but that's just me. If I run into them, maybe, yeah, I guess it's a bit more, not really. Those red shots probably, but would I really call this a mini-boss even on veteran? Maybe the Berserker... There's another one we fight later that's probably, they do more, that guy does more damage. But honestly, this is not really a, like, hardly anything. The one that I'm talking about, though, you can actually skip it. There's a sequence where you can skip it. I'm not going to say what it is. Now this is when the lock-on free aim not being actually kicks in. It just kind of, yeah. But if I use missiles, missiles are just kind of, yeah. Missiles are actually kind of useless in this. I don't know if I said that already, but they get more useful when you get the ice missiles, but after that, like, bro, they're just, Anybody know what the fuck that noise was? Ah, man, be fucked up, man. It's obvious Andrea can somehow, you know, mimic the appearance of, you know, copy their appearance, which is weird. That'd be fucked up if you just if that was her for some reason, but there's no way though. So what we're tasked to do now is we're supposed to go down to this planet. There's like 4 or 5 of them in this. But to be honest, the actual game part of this hasn't really started yet. It only like actually starts once we get to the end of this. What's going on this planet? So yeah. Technically, for a lot of people, this is like the tutorial. To be honest, because there's only one boss fight here, and it's mostly cutscenes here. A lot of the work is done by the other hunters. But I'm not gonna say what they're doing, obviously, but because they're obviously. I mean, it'd be kind of stupid if they don't actually do anything right, honestly. I mean, but at least they do something. But, I guess.
Stand to, Samus. Our situation doesn't look good. The pirate attack has knocked out our generators and disabled the planetary defense system. This cannon was our only weapon capable of taking out orbiting ships. We need you and the other hunters to get the generators back online and restore power to the cannon so we can repulse this assault. I'm uploading the generator coordinates to you now.
Okay, so yeah, sure, there's 3 on here. Technically, we only, you know, technically we only do one of them, but we help a lot with the. We'll see how that is. So we don't exactly like. Yeah, but I'm not gonna say how. We actually can go back here later, and because there's items here, like for instance this one can't get without like the grapple beam. Technically, we have a grapple beam, but the grapple beam is split into multiple parts in this. This is the first part of it. The grapple lasso does not give us the ability to swing over there. I mean, I don't know, if I go over here, you'll notice that, you know, we can't swing with it. I swore, what the fuck are you guys, I swear, if that was one of you guys, and if like, honestly, man, I know you can't get shot by one of those, the red ones are probably from the space pirates, but like, for real, bro, like, honestly, what the fuck, this is about Rundus. Subject is a native of Phrygia, a moon of planet Best 3, known primarily for ice mining. The Phrygian ability to manipulate and generate ice has come in handy in Subject's career as a bounty hunter. Intel suggests he enjoys hunting, to the point where he keeps trophies from all the targets he successfully captured or killed in his career. Subject is proud, cocky, and arrogant, and considers himself without rivals in his field. See what that actually does, and I probably... Do I get to show it now? Or... No, I'm not going to show it now. It's... Wait, does it? Okay, elevator system direction of fire initiate elevator. Yeah, no, okay. Well, there's one nearby up this elevator. I do crawl tank. I think these pirates, for some reason, just don't have as much armor on. Now this... Okay, so... This is something to do with the nunchuck. Okay, where the fuck was that? Camera, but I don't remember which one this was. Shake? It gives you the ability to pull it off. I'm not gonna worry about this right now. But, if I want to play on this, with this controller again, I will later, but, yeah. So, yeah.